Day through the event window and the waves continue to pump here at Jeffreys Bay for the Corona Open. Another big round 3 clash for you now with Willian Cardoso hitting the lineup. The winner of the last event on the schedule taking on Kanoa Igarashi representing Japan. We are always thrilled when you're not in those first couple of heats of the day because the swell was good this morning, but there was that texture on the water. Things cleaning up for this one though. And Kanoa Igarashi really benefiting from these clean conditions. 2 beautiful turns to get started on this ride. Up into the hook once again. Transitioning into this steep face.
Beautiful.
And really lays into that one. That was his best turn. Backing it up well with a solid hit. Mixing up his approach nicely. Hammering down the line now. And loading up to attack the lip once again. This wave just keeps providing. And Igarashi just stuffing the moves in on the end of that ride.
That was one of the best waves I've seen him surf here. I mean, that was from all the way at the top of the point, finishing right at the very end in the competitor's area and just smashing the lip, carving. You'd have to say that's going to be a big number. Get themselves onto the championship tour, and it has some championship tour experience. But another surfer who came into this championship tour with, as a rookie, but surfing like a veteran. This is Kanoa Igarashi, and look at this set wave. Just the canvas is there, a lot of different angles, snapping in the lip, actually attacking the lip right here, tagging it right on the button. Again, trying to go up and over. I mean, full rail carve back into the pit. I mean, this is all variety. Late hits the finish. I mean, this is going to be the scale set for this heat. Look at that layback carve right in the lip and jamming that back foot.
The Brazilian now looking to get his heat started. Little float to kick things off. A smaller wave than Igarashi's. But this guy's got an ability to lay down some deep tracks, even on these medium-sized rides. That one doesn't pan out, though. Too much foam on the face, it looked like. 22.5 minutes to go. Priority is with the Brazilian. And he's going to make a move on the first wave of this set. Looks like there's still something out the back. William will want to drop something solid here. Transitioning through to the inside. This is where the points can be collected. And he goes to that layback jam. Tucks into the barrel, locked in deep.
Unfortunate for Willian here that this wave didn't stay open. Beautiful clean wall. The wave flattens out, so he has to carve and cuts back. And then this thing hits the inside section and starts to go really fast. He tucks himself in, but not enough energy.
Right behind him. Igarashi goes looking for that backup score. Bit of foam on the face, makes things difficult. So he opts out.
Smart. So I'm going to keep my position on the outside, which gives me priority. Beautiful first snap, though. And an okay carve, and then now the foam sets in. I mean, he's still going to get an okay number just for those 3 maneuvers.
So maybe a vice captain then for De Souza.
Co-captain.
Co-captain, I like that. Willian up at the moment, trying to fight his way back into this heat. Kanoa Igarashi just really has run away with it here. So Willian's got some work to do. Trying to chip away at the requirement. This isn't going to be the excellent score. Refreshing to see too, just a different approach. Here's the replay of Willian's first attempt at a big number.
And so remember, he didn't have priority, so he ended up taking this wave, hoping to kind of sell it to Kanoa, but Kanoa knew there was another wave on the outside. So again, the scoring potential fairly low just because of the size of the wave. And unfortunately, not able to get the solid finish.
Going to chip away at the required number. Well, was on his way to chipping away at the required number. That requirement might grow now because Kanoa's up on another good-looking wave, and he throws the tail. Stays centered over his equipment, rides out of that final maneuver.
And that was the key to pulling that move off, is that centering of himself over the top of his surfboard while it was sliding and falling off the lip. Lower scoring potential, not one of the bigger waves, but look at the speed he carries into this first move. Oh, and he laid into that layback. I mean, this is kind of some new stuff. We haven't seen a lot of this style of surfing from anybody. And look at that there. I mean, that is just a full-on nose Brody over the top, pulls it down. Look at that. Slow-mo it, weight up and over, shifts it to the front of the board. Very much what you would do on a a reverse, an air reverse, but that was more of just a full tail whip. Just pirouetted on the lip, off the nose, and pulls it off clean, too. Going to be another mid-range score, probably his best, though.
Back to live action, still waiting for a number for Kanoa Igarashi. He's looking freed up and confident out here at the moment. Just over 9.5 minutes remaining here. More swell lines stacking up, which is exactly what Willian Cardoso needs, because priority was with this man representing Japan. Can he break through and get them their first championship tour victory? Surfing well enough to do so. A couple of big hits already. On his way to another big score.
That second wave, if it's big enough, will break outside of that whitewater line. And on his way to a pretty big number, but got crossed up in his maneuvers. And that can happen when you're going that fast and you're seeing down the line. You're anticipating a little bit too far ahead. As you see, he goes up into that lip. He would have liked to have had the ability to get there probably another foot down the line, and that would have gifted him the fact of gliding along the roof. But instead, the lip kind of grabbed him, and that's when he got high-sided and got off balance.
Just gets a little mixed up on that float and goes down. Cardoso now, current world number 5, trying to fight his way out of combination. Needs something in the high 5-point range to do that. Not sure that wave's going to do it for him.
It is.
Comes the sweep down that point.
Generally, it's in the wave line is where you have that current. As we see the last wave here of Willian. Unfortunately, the second wave of the set.
Opportunity for him to make the most of into the 4th round. He wants to get into the quarters and further. He's way down the ratings at the moment, Seabass. So that's a lucky break. Unlucky for Owen, though. Here we go. Cardoso up again. Really forcing it now. That was a smaller wave. He had to go all out. And with 6 minutes on the clock at Jeffreys Bay, a wave this long, that's when time starts to get the better of you. It's really hard to turn things around. 10 seconds on the clock. Cardoso starting to make his way in here. Another big matchup around the corner. Find yourself a comfortable seat and get set. Griffin Colapinto will be taking on Mikey Wright. A victory for Kanoa Igarashi here in the 3rd round.